Headed into San Francisco as we speak. It's really awesome. I'm super excited for today. Having a fun time so far. Just in the car on our way into San Francisco. So we're going to get coffee. So my breakfast is Awesome Bars granola snack, blueberry almond. Looks like this. It's got like the smallest amount of chocolate on the very bottom of it. I'm afraid to look at the stats. Let's find out. 1 bar, 80 million calories, holy crap. Carbs, holy Jesus Christ, why? Protein 8, really. Sugars 22. Fiber 6. Okay, this is awful for me, yeah. Fantastic. You can't fake awesome.com. You can't have more carbs than this. Jesus, mother of God. Wow. Okay, well. Maybe that's all the breakfast I'm going to get is what I've already eaten, because son of a biscuit eater. I sent Matthew into the store. I was like, hey, baby, can you do me a favor? Can you get me something to eat? Because I'm hungry. And he was like, okay. And he's like, hey, I found you a granola bar. And I was like, that sounds good as hell. And so, of course, I'm digging into it. And, of course, I didn't even look at the stats on that bad boy. Holy moly. Holy fajoli. Percentages of based on, oh my God. Yeah. So, agave, brown sugar, dried blueberry, sugar, sunflower oil, flax seeds, dark chocolate, cocoa, butter, some stuff, some things. Well, hell's bells. Hell's bells. 300 calories for something this small. Are you kidding me? Are you joshing me? Are you kidding? Well, there's breakfast. Lunch. This is brown sugar fennel. This is prosciutto crudo. And then I think underneath here is some other kind of, I think something pig. So I'm so excited. Hey guys, hey, so I'm going to talk to you about what happened yesterday at San Francisco, and I shot some shots. I wish I could use a drink right about now. I don't know. I went to San Francisco yesterday, and I had a wonderful time. Me and Matthew plan on moving to San Francisco when he is done with the military. So I'm really excited about that. We were actually we drove around a ton. Lucky for me, that's going to be a while from now. Quite a while. From now, because my anxiety is still super crazy high. And living in a huge city like that where everybody's just like jam-packed together. And like you never have a moment of like not seeing somebody or not looking at, not being like a sardine, freaks me out. So right now it's not a possibility, but 2 or 3, 4 or 5 years later, whenever he's actually done, we have every plan to do so because we love it there. We really do. So I shot some. I said that again. I shot some material yesterday. Just a little bit. You'll see it after all this yammering, either before or after. I'm not sure. Sometimes I'm like, I'm going to do this at the end of the video, and I end up doing it at the beginning of the video, and then you're like, but you said you were going to do this at the end of the video, and I'm like, I never know what I am doing. I'm making no sense. So Don't expect me to make any sense. So if you see this at the beginning, you're like, or if you see it at the end, then I did what I said I was gonna. Yeah. Yesterday's eating was meh. So, man, I think the hardest part for me being bariatric with a band is the choices that you have to make of what's going to be tender enough to go down, what's not going to give me acid reflux, what's not going to make me sick, what's not going to make me jump. So the fatty in me, which is what I call my little fat brain, the fatty in me is always like candy, brownies, cupcake, milk shakes. So, you know, all these places, and I mean, man, oh man, I mean, they're on every damn corner of, you know, creameries and, you know, ice cream and chocolate syrups and, you know, all the most delicious, amazing things you could possibly dream of. Bread, oh God, the sandwiches I passed up yesterday. Sandwiches with salami and like homemade mozzarella cheese and like pesto and just, oh, good God almighty. Yeah, I'm salivating. All the stuff I didn't eat is the stuff I wanted to eat. So did I make all the best choices yesterday? No. What's wrong with you? Of course not. Have you seen my videos before? Hi, Yuki. Hello, my darling. Oh, there you go. Oh, there we go. All right. Is that better? Is that better? You just needed some loving. Oh, you said, hey, Mommy, if you would have taken me with you, I would have eaten all the bad food for you. Yeah, I would have eaten it for you and you wouldn't have been tempted. Yes, I would. So anyway, guys, so I'm just going to kind of talk about yesterday and how yesterday went and tell you the stuff that... So before I had my actual lunch, I went to a dim sum place called House of Banquet. Now, dim sum is little, like, it's dim sum. It's like almost like the Chinese version of tapas. And, you know, you get little tiny meh of food, like just little little poops of food. And for me, that's awesome, but almost everything is either fried, or it has pasta, or it's like fried pasta or bread. So, of course, you know, let me tell you the story of this place. You know, I thought about not telling you guys about this place, but then I was like, no, because it's important, because this is how I work. So I've read up on this place. Matthew really wanted it. I really wanted it. It sounded really freaking delicious. I wanted some, you know, shrimp, and, you know, I was like, I'm shrimp. Hold on, girl. Okay, so somebody was like, where are we meeting at the gym tonight? I was like, I still got an hour. Give me a minute. So anyway, so we find this place, and it's supposed to be really cheap and really good. And, you know, I don't eat a whole hell of a lot anyway, so what I don't eat, Matthew would. So this means we get to try a whole bunch of things, which is why dim sum sounded really interesting for me, because you can buy a whole bunch of stuff, and, you know, since we don't eat typically a ton, I can try a whole lot of shit, and then my husband, who's a garbage disposal, will eat the rest of it, and I'm like, when? So, Yuki, come on, dude. So we get to this place, and I don't see anybody inside. Like, the front of this place is kind of empty, and it just has some, like, one of those big Chinese fans up, and it says, dim sum dinner upstairs, second floor. And me and Matthew are like, that's weird. So there's no people to greet you when you walk in. There's nothing. So that was my first, like, I don't know what we're doing. But we decided to try to go upstairs anyway. So we got in this elevator, and it takes me upstairs, and we hear nothing. Like, normally a hustling, bustling restaurant and stuff like that is, like, super busy, So you hear a ton of like knives and forks and plates and people just yammering. And seriously, it's gonna be that time. It's gonna be that day. So anyway, so that was my alarm telling me get up. So when the elevator door opens, there's like 100 people in here. So my little anxiety and agoraphobic panic attack button is already like, and of course Matthew's like shoving me out of the elevator, and I'm like, I don't know where to go. I don't know what to do. I don't know where to see. I don't know what's going on. There's people everywhere, and there's people talking. They're like, I'm doing the crazy eye. And of course Matthew's like, it's okay. It's okay. We're just going to sit down. It's okay. This is a place where you don't really order your dim sum, which I did not realize. They bring it around these big ass carts. And of course, I don't know the names of none of these things. I'm like, I want a shrimp dumpling. I want, soup dumpling. I wanted a pork bun. Those are the things in my head. I'm like, pork bun, shrimp dumpling, stuff that I understood of what it was. And they're bringing around these big, gigantic trays. And, of course, none of these people are speaking. None of them are speaking English. None of them. None of them are speaking English. So, I am completely like, they're like, you want taba 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 taba? And I'm like, I don't know what that is. And I'm like, what is that? But there's so many people, and there's so much noise, and there's like, Matthew doesn't hear very well. I have 20% hearing in like one ear, so I'm super overwhelmed. And of course they're coming around with all this food, and they're like, you want, and it's like high pressure sales to eat shit. It's like, you eat this, you want that, and they're like cutting it up with the same little knife thing, and like Matthew's face. Matthew says, your face looks like abject horror when these people come around, because he's not like, yeah, give me that. He's looking to me for me to pick, and I'm so freaked out by how many people are in here, and how I don't understand what they're saying, and I don't know what this food is. I expected a sheet of paper, and then what it is, and then underneath your chicken dumpling, eat it dummy, underneath fried blaga blaga, underneath that pork bun, white girl chicken, I don't know, but that's what I had expected. That is not what I got. So not only that, but we are the only Caucasian people in this entire place. The only. No servers, no Mexicans in the back, like taking dishes, nobody but Asians. And me and Matthew sitting in this gigantic banquet hall. House of banquet. Oh, it made sense now. Oh, get it? Yeah, God. So the food was cold when you get it. Like, they bring around these big steam trays, but for me, like, I like my hot. Yeah. Sounds legit. I like my food boiling. I like it to literally sear the top of my tongue. I like my food to feel like it just came out of Mount Doom. So to have this food and it be cold, I was like, no. So we got the pork bun because I could recognize that. I told them I wanted soup dumpling like 3 or 4 times, but there was no soup in the dumpling, which is what I wanted. Okay, me and Matthew have a system. We have a system, okay? I don't like pasta. So anything pasta-y type, I get the meat, he gets the wrapper. Like, that's how we roll. With the pork bun, I peel off the outer, steam poof. I peel that off, and I get the goodness in the middle, and he gets to eat the rest of it. And he's like, ah. So that's how our relationship works, is that he gets most of my bread, he gets he gets all the pasta, and he gets most of the potato, and then I get to have the good stuff. And then he's perfectly fine with that. So we get the pork bun. I get another type of pork bun, but it was like a yeasty pork bun thing. And then they bring them around these gigantic donuts covered in powdered sugar, dog. That was the only thing there that I was like, nom nom, nom nom nom. But I could only eat a little bit of it because it was super greasy and dense. And I was like, but this one actually tastes as good. Not that the food was bad. The atmosphere freaked me out. The food was okay. It was what it was, but that's not what I was expecting, and that's my own damn fault. You need to do better research, and you need to make sure that, you better research, girl. I think that was just a wash for me, just because of the atmosphere and the state of mind I was in, and I just really couldn't enjoy it. And then it was too fast for me. So we actually left there. Matthew ate very little too, because it was just, we kept picking stuff that we didn't know what the hell it was. And then he's like me, he's not super picky, but if I won't eat it, typically he won't eat it. And so I picked up, so we paid like $30 there, which wasn't much for like 6 dishes, and we didn't even eat I think we ate like 2 of them. And then I took the rest of it and made it into a nice little doggy bag and gave it to a homeless person. Would you like the rest of my dim sum? So at least it didn't go to waste, because I hate that. I can't stand wasting food. And I felt really bad that I couldn't eat it, and then Matthew didn't want it. And this is 13 minutes of telling y'all about my damn dim sum. Sorry about that. Man. Yeah. So anyway, that's what, then we went to the ferry building. Finding a place to park in San Francisco is very, 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 very hard. So, unless you're willing to walk forever, or drive around forever, the likelihood of you being able to find a parking spot easily is kind of nil, and you forget it. So we ended up parking someplace that cost us $20, but he didn't tell us it was going to cost $20 until we had already parked and we're out of the car. And then he was like, okay, it's $20. And we were like, what? Because, we weren't going to stay there all day. Had we were going to stay at this parking place all day long, that would be fine. Matthew was just like, let's just go. It's also like 3 miles away from the ferry building. No, it's 1.5 miles away from the ferry building. I'm sorry, because I remember now. It was 3 miles total, plus walking in the ferry building. So my feet were screaming. I was in so much pain. My feet were hurting so bad. And I think it was just, again, a ridiculous amount of people. And again, that's my own fault. Like, what the hell do you expect? But the ferry building was actually really, really cool. We went and I got meat. Tons of meat. You'll see my little clip of meat. It was a meat cup. That came from a place that we thought was really funny. It's like a salami place. It had different cuts of meat, and it was really delicious. And then I went to this cheese place, and you can try all their cheese, but because there's so many people there, you can only really try like 3 or 4 before people are like, okay, next. So I got to try like Super H cheddar, and then I got to try like 2 or 3 other like little pieces. So the next time we're gonna go up there, I want to buy some cheese, but I need to make sure that we do it at the very end of the day, and they close at 7. So that's what I'm gonna do, because that cheese was amazing. It was so good, and that meat was so good too. I realized that though I love prosciutto does not love me, because it doesn't break down well, and when it doesn't break down well, it ended up getting stuck in my vein, and I end up trying to throw up. So after that, we drove around forever. We walked around a park. We just sat around, chatted, and then I went to a bariatric meeting, and that damn dog hair in my hair I can see, which means you guys can probably see. This drop. The hell? Or is that one of my hairs? Get out of my hair. Ha! Dog hair. Drive me cray cray. Super duper duper squirrel. Super duper duper squirrel. Have you met me? My name's Fran and I like to squirrel. Oh, I'll be on The Naked Truth again June 17th. Yes, June 17th. Mark it on your calendar. No, yeah. Talk about mental health, I believe, is what the topic's going to be, about mental health. So that's what I'm going to be doing. Oh yeah, so we walked around, and then I went to the group. I thought that I asked some questions. I met some people. Like, I keep going to these places looking for bariatric athletes, bariatric people who have had regain and are trying to get it off. Now, granted, I don't have typical regain. Like, I know that like 10 pounds is not really considered regain, and my dog just farted and it smells not nice. Thank you, Yuki. Ooh, not appreciate that. What was I saying? Oh yeah, squirrel. So I keep looking for bariatric athletes. I keep looking for people who are more active, and I'm not finding it. I'm not finding anybody like me, and that's probably why I do videos. That's probably why, if you're watching my videos, you're not going to find anybody else quite like me, and that's okay. That's not a bad thing, but it makes it a little more frustrating for me because I don't have a sleeve, and I have a very hard time losing weight, and I have a very hard time getting the rest of my weight off. So as far as regain, I regain about 10 pounds of my, my body is considered in maintenance mode. Like, it likes going up 10 pounds, likes going down 10 pounds, but it never really wants to go any further than that. So I have not been able to get down past 287. It just won't do it. My body won't do it. So that is what I am searching for, is more information, and nobody really has any for me of what somebody with my kind of body type, what somebody with my kind of eating restrictions, my kind of genetics and stuff like that, how they can combat all the problems I'm having. Nobody really has much of an answer. So that's what I've been searching for. So, I went and talked to the leader of the group and the doctor that was there, because it was kind of like they were also doing an orientation. And they don't know. They don't know. They don't have any good information for me. And that's okay. That's all right. I will make my own information, and I will just keep doing the best I can, because that's all I can do. Okay, guys, it's been definitely 20 minutes, and I still have clips from yesterday, so yeah, I gotta go. I love your beautiful, gorgeous, amazing faces. I will upload this when I'm back home tonight, and I'll talk to you soon. Mwah. Bye.